Tutorial, we're going to be making the choker. I got a whole bunch of beads here. I don't know if you can see. I have a whole bunch of beads and some cotton thread yarn, and I'm going to bead the thread. Start by chaining 16 and then adding 2 for a turning chain, so we're going to chain a total of 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And then we're going to go right into crocheting into our 16th chain. And we're going to do double crochets the entire way through. And this whole project is just double crochets. At the end of every row, you're going to chain 2 and then turn your work. So we're going to go right back into that first chain right there. I'm going to chain 2, and this is where the beading is going to start. So I go in with my first row of beads, so I'm going to wrap the yarn around, insert it through, pull through 1, now I have 3 loops, and I'm going to bring the bead down. bring the bead down so it'll look like this. And then I'm gonna pull through 2. And then I'm gonna pull through 1. So now the bead is a part of my stitch. I'm gonna do that again a little closer up. You're gonna wrap the yarn around, insert, pull through 1. Now you have 3 loops on your hook. You're gonna bring the bead down. You're gonna pull through 2. Now you have 2 left, and then pull through. And now the bead is attached. So you're gonna alternate between 1 double crochet with beads, 1 double crochet without beads. 1 double crochet with beads, we're gonna do that again. Pull through 1, 3 loops on my hook. Now that the bead should be, do you see what I'm saying? Like behind, you're gonna pull through 2, and then pull through 1. And then again, 1 normal double crochet. And I'm gonna show it close up one last time. The beads are in the back. You're gonna insert your hook. You're gonna pull through 1. Oop, let me start over. You're gonna wrap around, insert, pull through 1, grab a bead, and put the bead all the way behind the hook like that. Pull through 2, pull through 1, regular double crochet, beaded double crochet, and this is what it should look like. So we already chained 2, we're gonna turn our work and then just double crochet down again. And then once we reach the end, we're gonna chain 2 and turn our work again. And then work a beaded row. It's pretty simple, just repetitive, and a little bit hard to work with such thin yarn. The reason we have 2 rows here is that if we want to sew buttons here so that when you clasp it in the back, you have like room for the button. So if you even want to do 3 rows, you can do 3 rows. If you want to do 4 rows, however big your buttons are. You can also just take a yarn and like loop it through and like kind of lace it up, however you want to do it. But so yeah, now we're gonna do another beaded row and then another non-beaded row and then another beaded row, so that it ends up looking like this, on and off. So again, I'm gonna show the beaded work one more time, super close up, and then we're just gonna keep repeating that. So I chain 2 and turn the work. We're gonna yarn over, insert through that first, pull through. We have 3 loops. We're gonna push the bead down. We're gonna pull through 2, and then we're gonna pull through the last 2. And then alternating between 1 beaded, 1 non-beaded for the whole row. Once again, we're gonna chain 2 and turn our work. We just did a beaded row, so we're gonna do a non-beaded row. And like I said, just keep doing that. So this is what it's starting to look like. I'm gonna be making a miniature version for the sake of this tutorial. another row. So for this video, I'm going to be making a smaller version, but you're going to want the length of this to go around your neck in its entirety. And the first row we did, what's it called? We did two rows of double crochets. And when you get to the end, you're also going to want to have 2 rows of double crochet. And this is so that when you close it in the back, you have enough space to, whether that's sew buttons or just put some like yarn and string it through in the back, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna be just doing 2 rows of double crochet now. So once you've made enough rows that your neck is completely covered and you have your 2 double crochet rows at the end, you can just cut the yarn and then seal the project off. And then we're gonna get to the next step. So you can see here with the choker we already made that when I wrap this around my neck, the beads are gonna start from the left point to the right point of my neck. It's not gonna go all the way around. So you just wanna wrap it around your neck, and maybe you could put like a stitch marker on the left and the right side of where it sits on your neck. And then we're gonna attach these like teardrop beads, if that makes sense. And you can do this however you want. Like, it doesn't have to be this long. I personally chose to alternate between long, short, long, short, long, short. And I also did some bigger beads as well to give like this really nice, you know, like a raindrop, teardrop type of vibe. But you don't have to do that. And I'm only going to be using small beads for the purpose of the tutorial, so that is completely up to you. So like I said, you're gonna want to kind of wrap it around your neck, find the left point, the right point, and then we're gonna go in and attach the beads. So say this is my left point right here on the 1, 2, 3, 4, on the 4th row of beads. Just gonna attach the yarn to our hook. This is definitely the easiest step probably of the tutorial. So once you've wrapped it around and figured out where you want the beads to start on your left side, you're just gonna insert your hook and you're gonna slip stitch. Just gonna slip stitch, and then you're gonna chain 2. Then you're gonna pull up some beads, and you're gonna do 2 chains, bead, 2 chains, bead. Or you can do it however you want, but this is what I did. So chain 2, add a bead, chain over it, chain 2, add a bead, chain over it. So it's gonna look like this. And then once you reach the end, you're just gonna snip your yarn and then pull through a loop. Then I also seal the end with like a nail glue or a fabric glue. I'm gonna do another one just to show you again. So again, you're gonna attach the yarn to your hook. So every row of beads is gonna have like the string in which you attached it to. So I just use my hook since it's small enough, and I go in between these chains so that I can tuck it in. I don't know if you can see it, but you can use whatever method you used. Because this isn't a full tutorial, it's more of a mini tutorial to show you the technique. In this frame you can see the beads, how many beads I used, how many rows of beads, and where I went from small to big. So if you want to imitate and do it exactly how I did it, you can just pause this frame and replicate the technique I just showed you. And then when we're done doing all of these drop beads, we're gonna make a strap in the back, just a crochet strap, and lace up the back. If you want to add buttons, you can watch tutorials on YouTube on how to do that. It's up to you.